Okay, well, today what I'm going to talk about is how the US Treasury Department likes to break deals, break agreements. Okay, it has to go back a little bit in the past. I went to Taiwan, and my visa was about ready to expire, and I had no money to get home. So I went down to the Taiwanese Diplomatic Affairs and took what they call a repatriation loan. Now, with this repatriation loan, the government supplies you with a loan to get home, and then you're obligated to pay back the loan. Okay, now see, and then they cancel your passport. My passport was canceled. I was obligated to pay back the loan. I had no problem. I was paying the loan back. I was paying it month by month. I had it suspended once, and then I started paying it again and again and again, and then I called up the State Department, which was at the time the holder of the loan, and I said, hey, I cannot pay this for the 2 months, and I don't really want to suspend it again because I don't need to suspend it for a whole year. I just need it for a few months. The guy said, it's okay, just wait until that few months, pay it, and then he asked me a date I can pay it. And then what happened is I said, I can start paying on this month, this day. Okay, what happened in the process, I wasn't paying on because I made an agreement with the State Department that I would start making payments again on this day. And then I get a notice from the US Treasury Department that the State Department sent the loan to the US Treasury Department for debt collection. Okay, now get me this. Now let me understand this. I call them up and I say, okay, I need to make a payment agreement. There's no way I'm going to be able to pay this in full. I don't get enough money to pay it in full. Okay? I started making payments. The agreement was $50. Okay? $50 a month. The first month, I paid $53. Second month, I paid $53. And that was starting in November. I paid $53. December. The agreement says it was started in November. Actually, it says the effective date is December 9th, but I actually started paying in November. What happened is, I paid $53 in November. I paid $53 in December. Okay? Now, I kept up with my payments as I was supposed to do. And then in January, I paid $50 because the initial agreement said $50 anyway. So, and there was no new agreement after that. But I can show you right here. And then what happened is, I find out today that they offsetted my tax refund. The US Treasury Department offsetted my tax refund. That's why I'm making this video, because I'm going to show you what it says and my agreement right here. Now, as you can see, it says payment agreement, and it says the debt is $1,730.91.90. And if you look a little bit down, it says that it's the Treasury Department. I'm trying to figure that out. Well, it says that, but I know it says that somewhere. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, here it is. Treasury means the United States Department of the Treasury's Financial Management Service, acting on behalf of the creditor agency, which is the creditor agency is the Department of State. Okay? Now let's turn it around. I'm going to turn the page over. Now, if you look at this agreement, it says payment obligations. Total payment amount accepted as full and final payment. The debtor agrees to pay the creditor agency Okay, sorry about that. It's hard to do this when I don't have a good camera. To pay to the creditor agency is willing to accept the total payment amount as full and final payment of debt payable as follows. The debtor will pay the total payment amount in installments as follows: $50 monthly in the same day of every month until the total payment amount is paid in full. The debtor will pay the last payment on September 15th, 2016. Now, here's where it gets into offsetting. Okay, offsetting my federal payment, which was my tax refund. Section 3, Section 3 says, partial forbearance by Treasury, offset may continue, total payment amount may increase, blah, blah, blah. Really, that's not the main part of it. It gets down to here. Treasury may continue to collect the debt by offsetting, i.e. withholding, the debtor's federal payments as allowed by law until Treasury has received all of the debtor's payment obligations. Right there, payment obligation. Remember, my payment obligation is $50 a month. Okay, now, let's get this. I've been paying my payment obligations. So they did receive all of my payment obligations. I sent in $53 November. Give me a second. I'm going to have to get that paper. Sorry about that. But anyway, November 15th, I paid them $53. December 14th, I paid them $53. January 17th, I paid them $50. Now, yes, that is correct. That is 2 days after the agreement was the 15th. But I called them up and I said, my payment probably would be delayed by a couple days to up to 4 days. Okay, because I was waiting on my check to come in to pay for it. Okay, they said it was okay and my account would still be up to date when I pay it off. When I pay that $50. Guess what? I paid them January 17th the $50. So my account was currently up to date, and with permission from the financial management service of the Treasury Department, it was considered up to date. So they had no reason to take away my tax return, but they did it anyway. So it makes me wonder, they can break agreements when my account is up to date. They could take away my tax refund, and I can't do nothing about it. No, I have the agreement here. Now, there was an arrangement that it would be a couple days late, which was outside of the agreement. But that was made through one of the Treasury Department representatives. They agreed to have a couple days late. I thought they understood, because my check wasn't there yet. I still paid them. But they still took my money. So I hope people look at the video. The US Treasury Department makes these agreements and arrangements. But guess what? They don't follow by them. Because they took $600